Hello! I am making a little video here of using Byron Katie's The Work or Inquiry to explore a disturbing, upsetting thought. I did this a bit on the way to work this morning and wanted to actually record it and share it with everybody as a tool of something you can use. So, The Work or Inquiry was designed by Byron Katie. This is her book, Loving What Is. In the beginning, she describes the procedure, and then she goes through various transcripts of working with different people on different issues. So I'm just going to use my example to lead you through. She has 4 questions you ask yourself, and then a turnaround. So let me explain this to you. So the first thing you do is identify a negative thought, a judgmental thought that is upsetting you, disturbing you about yourself or others. Now, she recommends in the beginning, to work on judgmental thoughts about others first rather than yourself. And yeah, that's fine. I'm going to work on a judgmental thought about myself. I've done judgments of others, and yes, it is probably a good idea to start with others, but I'm going to start with one on self. And lately I've been doing lots and lots of work around food and body acceptance, etc. So that's the one I'm going to use. And so the thought I was having this morning was they're related, a bunch of them are related. I should lose weight, I should be thinner. Okay, we'll just do that. I should lose weight and I should be thinner. And I don't know if you have to do strictly one little thing at a time like you do with EFT. So I'm just going to kind of do both of those. They're kind of related. So the first question you ask yourself, and this is all like a gentle self-inquiry you are asking within yourself. There's not like a right or wrong answer in the universe. So her first question is it true? And you just ask yourself, so I should lose weight. Is that true? Well, okay, my first answer to that is, yeah, I should lose weight. I want to lose weight. And that's fine. If you answer yes, it's true. Then question number 2 is, can I absolutely know it's true? So again, if I take, I should lose weight, can I absolutely know that that is true? No. Like, how do I know I should lose weight? How do I know I'm not okay right where I'm at? Question number 3, how do you react when you think this thought? When I think the thought, I should lose weight, I feel terrible. I'm full of judgment about where I'm at now. I'm full of stress about, well, I've tried it before, I've done it before, I've gained it back before. Thinking about trying to lose weight just gives me all kinds of terrible feelings: self-condemnation, self-hatred, frustration, feeling like a failure. Yeah, like there's really nothing good that comes when I'm thinking that. And you also want to explore like how you're feeling in your body. So when I think that thought, like, okay, I should lose weight, oh yeah, I felt it. Like I get this tension in my heart and gut, like I feel tense in my body. My mind starts to spin like, oh, is there like another diet? Is there a new thing that I haven't done? Maybe there's something else out there. And sometimes it gets to ridiculous places of, oh, well, maybe I should start taking diet pills or stimulant drugs, or I mean, my brain goes to some ridiculous places. And all of those thoughts create incredible stress for me and create incredible pressure for me. There's nothing good that comes from this thought of that I should lose weight. Or I should try to lose weight. There's nothing good that comes there. Question number 4, who would I be without this thought? So, if I think and feel into, gee, if I let go of that thought, if I let go of the attachment to that thought that I should lose weight, if I let it go, first of all, I feel a tremendous sense of relief, like, whoo, space. So lots of space. I should lose weight. If I let go of it, then maybe I could accept myself. Maybe I could practice more self-compassion. Maybe I could not be so stressed out. Yeah, it's much better. The thought of not trying to make myself lose weight, which I know probably won't. It's not going to work long term, anyways. Yeah. And then the final part is the turning it around. She wants you to find 3 genuine, specific examples of how a turnaround is as true or more true. So you go to your original negative thought. So in this case, it's like, I should lose weight. Okay, so one turnaround is, I shouldn't lose weight. And again, you feel it, like just feel into it. Is that true, as true or more true than the original, I should lose weight? I shouldn't lose weight. Yeah, like that feels as true. And it's a feeling thing. Now, here is where the judgment, examining a judgmental thought about others is easier to do the turnarounds. It's a little tougher when you're working with a judgment about yourself. I mean, the obvious turnaround is just the direct opposite. So, I should do X. Well, I shouldn't do X. Now, another turnaround can sometimes be, okay, so I shouldn't lose weight, or I should lose weight. A turnaround is, I shouldn't lose weight. And I'm having a struggle coming up with another turnaround. Okay, turn it around. I don't appreciate. Oh, okay. Because again, if you're talking about a judgment of somebody else, then it's, like they don't appreciate me, I don't appreciate myself, or they do appreciate me. And sometimes it's like I am willing to. Yeah. Okay. So that's essentially how that works. Now the other the other thought I was thinking this morning, okay, so like I should lose weight. There's another good one. Okay, so I should be thin. Is that true? No. Like who says who? Like who says I need to be thin? Whatever that is. Because that's all judgment and that's external, and who's to say what my body's supposed to be? So no, it's not a true statement. How do I react when I think that thought? Well, again, like I feel like, well, I'm not okay as I am. Like there's something wrong with me now is what I feel. If I'm focused on I should be thin, then I'm like, well, but I'm not. I'm fat. I'm bigger. And so I'm not okay with my present day me. So I'm focused on, there's a lot of self hatred and condemnation and rejection, and there's a lot of fighting with myself. Yeah, there's a lot of fighting with myself. I don't feel peace. And I really, really, really want peace. That's like what I want so much. So holding that thought and that belief that I should be a different shape when here's what I am, it doesn't go together. It can't. So who would I be without this thought? If I were to let go of the I should be thin idea, who would I be? I would be able to relax. I would be able to be in my body. I would be able to focus more on what I can do, not what I can't do. Yeah. it's external. It's like who says? Well, and let's look at that too. Okay, I should be thin. Um, okay, what's thin? What's thin enough? Who's to decide? Who decides exactly what shape or size I'm supposed to be? Um, yeah, like if I think about that, like that doesn't make a lot of sense either. Like a doctor, a chart is going to tell me like what I should weigh or what my body should look like. That how how can they know? They don't know me. So that doesn't make sense. So exact size really logically doesn't seem like a good measure of anything because it's not. It's truly not. You can be very thin and very unhealthy. You can be fat, you can be overweight, and be very metabolically healthy. So, someone's exact size actually has very little to do with their actual physical wellness and their metabolic wellness, as I am learning. And it's really true. Over the past several years, I have gained a substantial amount of weight, and my basic health markers are fine and have been fine. And they were fine when I was thinner, and they're fine when I'm fatter. They are no different. Last spring, since I had that stupid blood clot, ended up in the hospital, and they checked everything. I got all my blood done, I got my heart checked, I got everything checked. Everything was fine, even though I weigh significantly more than I did several years ago. Okay. So it's a fact that I weigh more, but health wise, like my basic health markers are fine. They're totally fine. Um, so so who would I be if I when or how do I when I think that thought? Who would I be without that thought? If I wasn't always thinking I should be thin, if I wasn't always thinking I should be a different shape than I am, then I could just focus on living my best life now and not trying to be what I'm not. Yeah. So then the turnaround. Okay, turn it around. So the original statement was I should be thin. So the first obvious turnaround is I should not be thin. Yeah, because that may not be what is best for my body shape and type, and no, I'm curvy. And I always was. I mean, even when I was thinner, I still had curves. Okay. So let's see, another turnaround. Um, I should be thin. I should not be thin. Um, hmm. Maybe a turnaround is I don't need to be what other people say I need to be. I don't know. But questioning the thoughts are so important. This morning I was also thinking, questioning, and you can question anything, like I can't eat this food or I can't eat that food or I need to do this or I need to do that. Ask yourself, number one, is it true? Is that thought actually true? Is it legitimate? And if you say yes, then number two, is it absolutely true? Can I know this is absolutely true? And if you sit with it, the answer eventually ends up being no. No, it's not true. These are irrational, absolute statements that we're putting on ourselves. It's not true. Number three question, how do I react when I think that thought? You just tell yourself, like, okay, when I believe that I should do XYZ, how is that for me? Thoughts, feelings, body reaction, like what state does that put me in? Talk it through. Tell yourself what it does to you. Number four, who would I be without this thought? If I let go, who could I be? How would I be? Emotionally, mentally, physically. Run yourself through that. And then do the turnarounds. Usually by the time you get to the who would I be without this thought, like, yeah, you want to let it go. You don't want to keep holding on to that. Irrational thoughts, these beliefs we have. I mean, Byron Katie talks about it. She always says our problem is not our beliefs, it's our attachment to our beliefs. And it's really true. it's not just that we think, I wish I were skinny, but it's that we're attached to, I've got to be skinny, I've got to be this, I've got to be that, or I've got to change how I am. If we let go of our attachment to it, we might still have the thought. Like, I might still go, I wish I were thinner. But if we're not attached to it, then we can just let it pass through because we're going to think a lot of thoughts. We need to, doing inquiry, questioning our thoughts, to me also create self-compassion, and we need to use self-compassion as we're exploring our thoughts. It's both. But I know this morning when I was running through some of these questions coming to work, I'm like, whew, I could feel a lot of weight coming off. And the same with thoughts about eating certain foods, not eating certain foods. You can do the same thing, I can never eat sugar. Okay, is it true? I can never eat sugar. No, is it absolutely true? No. Now, and even with something like that, how do I react when again, this is an attachment to the thought. So, how do I react to I can never eat sugar? Well, then that makes me want to, that like gets our resistance going and or gets deprivation eating going. It's not that the point is not go eat a ton of sugar, but the point is our relationship with our thought and our belief, and then what that does to our behavior. This is why we need to examine our thoughts. Because if we have these absolute thoughts that are driving our behavior, we're going to have a lot of reactionary behavior, reactionary choices. Back when I was trying to do the no sugar, what did I think about all day? Sugar! Oh my gosh. Like, I was totally obsessed with it. And now that I'm doing intuitive eating, if I want sugar, I can have it. And frankly, a lot of times I don't want it. Like, I'm able to make better choices from a place of peace because I'm not saying I can't. And when we're locking ourselves into these spaces of can and can't and should and shouldn't and I have to do this and I have to do that, mentally we're in a prison. And Byron Katie teaches we got to get out of that mental prison. You got to shift how your attachment to thoughts and feelings, and then that changes how we feel, that changes our body reactions, it changes everything. So there is Byron Katie's The Work, the 4 questions and the turnaround. She has an incredible personal story, and her books are really cool. If you want to check any of them out, the one is called Loving What Is. I also have a book of hers called I Need Your Love, Is That True? And she's just really neat. I've seen recordings of her in action with people, just really incredible person. So there's another resource. There's a thought. Hope that's helpful to you. See you next time.